Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Reino de las Mascaras, the Kingdom of the Masks. I am your host as always, Rey de Mascaras, and we've got a jam-packed episode today. Sure, we're talking masks, but also it is Wrestlemania week. And on top of that, with Wrestlemania week comes an insane amount of pro wrestling action across the globe. All of it centering around the mecca of wrestling for a week, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, WrestleMania 40 coming to town. And on top of that, a lot of non-WWE action as well. So I wanted to wear, I've shown this off before, but I wanted to wear the Gringo Loco hoodie today because today, and I am filming this very early this week, so as of today, Tuesday, Gringo Loco has been struggling through no fault of his own, or anybody's fault really, to find an opponent for Joey Janela's spring break. It was originally pegged to be Volador Jr. Unfortunately, Volador Jr. was impacted by the visa issues that have impacted a number of the CMLL luchadors. So, shortly announced last week, I believe it was, the new opponent was Drilistico. And earlier today, Drilistico also backed out of the show. Not sure why, don't have the details, just know that he is not going to be appearing. However, Gringo Loco got an amazing third time's a charm opponent, Amazing Red. 2 generations of Lucha Libre meeting in the ring this Friday night, and it's going to be absolutely epic. Amazing Red, early 2000s, you've seen him in TNA, you've seen him in Ring of Honor. An absolutely generational talent, and to see him up against Gringo Loco is going to be absolutely astounding. I am looking forward to it. The festivities in large have already started. They kind of start in full come Thursday. An absolute slew of shows there. The one I am looking forward to that day is probably going to be the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Show. Easy enough for me to say. We've got some Lucha Libre talent. We've got a jam-packed CMLL versus Dragon Gate multi-man match. I believe it's 10-man tag. Mystico, Viano Tercera Jr., and a lot of other talent that I cannot remember off the top of my head, so I don't want to leave anyone else beyond there. On the Dragon Gate side, we've got Shun Skywalker, Dragon Kid. It's going to be an amazing night. Michael Oku just announced today taking on Teton. Really looking forward to that. Glad to see Teton getting the time here in the United States. Hint, Midwest. Somebody bring him up, please. Minnesota, North Dakota. I'm begging you. So, as you've most likely noticed by now, I do have a different mask that I am wearing today that I, other than what I normally wear. The gold Rey Mysterio Jr. mask you can see just on the corner here. So, today, April 2nd, marks Autism Awareness Day. And that kind of kicks off Autism Awareness Month. So, I do this every year. I post on Facebook. I've posted on Twitter before. I am going to be wearing this mask for the duration of the month of April in honor of Autism Awareness Month. So I've got friends, I've got family impacted by autism, and I want to show my support to them this month. So throughout this month's episodes, I will be wearing this as I talk masks. So that is what we're going to do here. For reference, it's a replica of the Captain America inspired mask that Rey wore at WrestleMania. So, speaking of Rey, that is the mask we're going to talk about today. I've shown this off very briefly in a past episode when I talked about one of my favorite Rey Mysterio Jr. masks. So, I'm going to talk about this one here today. This is kind of a dual used mask, and what I mean by that is this was the premier mask of Rey Mysterio Sr. Rey Mysterio, just putting the senior on to avoid any confusion. I know WWE does reference Rey Jr. as just Rey Mysterio. I always try to put the senior on just for the designation, make sure everyone knows which one I'm talking about. So this was the mask worn by Ray Sr. And also when Ray Jr. was given the mask and was given the chance to continue the legacy of Rey Mysterio, he did wear a mask very similar to this over a very early period before adopting the traditional side phoenix crown on the center of the head, much like this one here. And then as time went on, especially with his most recent return with WWE, he's gotten many masks that have the mohawk, for lack of a better term here. So this one here is a pro grade. It is a replica. I just had it in front of me, of course. Looks like it was made by Obu Masks. And there's the tag right there. Hope I'm pronouncing that right as always. So really thick. Obviously, with a pro grade, you're going to get those thicker materials. Love the question marks on the side. Obviously, Ray Jr. continued with that part of the legacy. So I'll go ahead, switch them out here real quick, and continue the discussion. And we're back. And this one is a lot tighter than I remembered. So this is going to be a very brief segment, to say the least. So got this bad boy on. I forgot I did lace it up, so, if I loosen up the laces, it'll probably slip right on. But for right now, it's pretty tight on there. So we've got the mesh over the eyes, which is really kind of bugging me out here. So I'm just kind of, I'm leaning in really close to make sure I'm in focus. So, yeah, this is what it looks like with it on. It's a pretty, for a pro grade replica, it is very, very tight. So I want to go ahead and switch it out. I apologize. All right. Well, after like almost 70 episodes, you'd think I'd get in the habit of checking the lacing before I put it on, so it wasn't quite as tight. But anyway, it's a very, very cool mask. Very cool mask. I love having a mask that represents both junior and senior. And then, as you've seen in previous episodes, I do have, the traditional 93, 94 Ray Jr. mask. And then I do try to have masks that represent each era of Ray. You've got, pre-United States Ray. You've got ECW/WCW Ray, then onto WWE Ray. So still, very cool. One of the OG legends of modern day Lucha Libre. So nice to have a mask on the shelf that is able to honor that legacy of the Rey Mysterio name. So that is the episode I've got for you this week, and it is coming up early. So by the time you see it, it will be Wednesday morning. And with that, I'm jumping right into the WrestleMania week action. I talked about some of the action we got, this coming week, this coming weekend. WWE front, we do have what looks to be a pretty spectacular tag team match. You've got, on one side, you've got Rey Mysterio teaming with Dragon Lee, making his first WrestleMania appearance, and he is going to be teaming up with Santos Escobar, also making his WWE WrestleMania debut, and he will be teaming with Dominic Mysterio. So, it should be a very, very Lucha-esque, high-level tag team matchup if they're allowed to cook, which, being WrestleMania, I would imagine they would be. So really looking forward to that one, and obviously catching as much of the independent action as I can. A lot of Lucha Libre representation. So excited for that. So excited for this week. It's always, one of my favorite weeks when it comes to wrestling. And we'll see what next week brings. So I'm going to check out for now. I'm going to get this uploaded. You'll see it Wednesday morning. Obviously, you're already watching it Wednesday morning, so I'm not sure why I feel the need to repeat that. But anyway, we'll catch everybody next week. As always, live, laugh, love, and Lucha Libre. We'll see you.